As we all know, Alexander Volkanovski defended his belt last weekend against Diego Lopez, putting on a great performance and further cementing himself as the featherweight GOAT. It was never a debate, but now it's just wrong if you say Jose Aldo is the GOAT of featherweight. So in this video, I'm going to go through who I think the GOAT of every single division is. I'm going to start at featherweight, move my way through until I get to heavyweight, give you my reasons, my thoughts on why they're the GOAT of that division. Kicking off in flyweight, no surprises, we have Demetrius Johnson. At this point, I think it's almost impossible for someone to overtake Demetrius Johnson as the flyweight GOAT. I will say Pantoja was close, but very unfortunate circumstances with him breaking his arm in that fight. He's no longer going to be able to get close to that 11 consecutive title defenses, because I thought he might be able to get 7 or 8 and maybe his quality was better, which might elevate him above Demetrius Johnson. But I just think nostalgia plays a part, his skill level, what he was able to do. Some of his wins are aging quite well, like the Kyoji Hiraguchi win. That's aging very well, what he's been doing. So it's really no surprise that we have Demetrius Johnson at the flyweight GOAT. And with Pantoja now not the champion, very difficult seeing him overtake him now, because he was close. But I think DJ will stay as the flyweight GOAT for the foreseeable future, and I just don't see anyone getting close to 11 consecutive title defenses in the modern era. Moving on to Bantamweight, very close between Merab Dvalishvili and Peter Yan. They both have 50-45s over each other now. I still lean towards Merab. He's got more title defenses. His reign was incredible. He beat Aldo, Yan, Cejudo. That was before he got to the belt, but they're former champs. Then beat Sean for the belt. Then beat Umar, who I think is probably going to be a future champ. One of the best guys in the division. Then beat O'Malley again. And then beat Corey. And then lost to Peter Yan. An amazing title reign. Peter Yan also very good. Does have losses to Aljo though, to Sean, to Merab. Those are the best guys of the division. Has lost to those guys as well. So I still lean more towards Merab, but this trilogy will decide who is the GOAT of Bantamweight. Whoever wins out of Yan and Merab in their third fight, definitely the GOAT of that division. So I'm very excited for that fight. Let me know who you think wins that fight. Moving on to featherweight now. No surprises. Alexander Volkanovski, the GOAT of featherweight. It's not a debate. It is not a debate anymore. 2 title reigns. We have the prime Volk title reign, where he beat Holloway 3 times. That in itself, astonishing. Beat TKZ, Ortega, and Rodriguez. Incredible title reign that. Went life and death with Islam in that first fight. Only losses come to Islam and to Ilia Topuria, 2 of the greatest fighters of all time. And now his second title reign as old Volk, being 36 years old, breaking the 35-year-old curse for the lighter weight divisions. And the reason it's not a debate is that now they have the same amount of defenses, but Jose Aldo, he was gone by the time he was 32. When he was 32, Volk was beating him up, Holloway was beating up, he was retiring, going down to bantamweight, where Volk, now 36, just showing age is just a number and just putting on performances, beating Diego Lopez twice, and I think those 2 wins are going to age very well. I think Diego Lopez will be a future champ, and it's just not a debate anymore. His crafty vet title reign at 36 years old, beating Lopez twice. If he gets over a win over Movsar, he's genuinely top 5 all time, maybe top 3 in the sport. Yeah, an amazing career from Alexander Volkanovski, but we're not done yet. We've still got 1 more title defense against Movsar or Lerone, and I think he beats those guys. So, Alexander Volkanovski, featherweight GOAT, not a debate. Jose is still an amazing fighter, but nowhere near Alexander Volkanovski. Now moving on to lightweight. No surprises here. We have Islam Makhachev. He has 2 wins over Volk, and that is incredible. I watched his first fight with Volk the other day because it was 3 years since that fight happened. And he did win that fight, put on a great performance, outstruck him at times, was too strong in the grappling. In the second fight, it was short notice, but KOing Volk, unbelievable. No one does that to Volk except Ilia Topuria. So, without a doubt, the GOAT of that division. Also has wins over old crafty vet Dustin Poirier. And of course, the reason is the GOAT, he has that win over Renato Moicano. Nobody does that to Moicano. Nobody subs Moicano first round. So, without a doubt, Islam Makhachev, the GOAT of lightweight. But I do reckon someone can overtake him at lightweight. Obviously, maybe not as in the sport, because now he's double champ. He's at welterweight. But he only had 4 title defenses at lightweight. If someone can go on a long run at lightweight, they could overtake him, but it will be very difficult with having 2 wins over Volk, one of them being prime Volk. So without a doubt, the GOAT of lightweight. Moving on to welterweight, we have GSP, and I'm a little confused why GSP's photo is so low quality in this. Everyone else's photo has been fine. GSP is at 280p here. But he avenged all his losses, has 9 consecutive wins in his second reign, 12 title wins all up, and I don't want to hear Kamaru Usman in this conversation. I think Kamaru Usman is highly overrated. Has 2 wins over Masvidal. Masvidal's not that good. 2 wins over Colby. It's just Colby Covington as well. 1 win over Gilbert Burns. That's his title reign. So I just don't want to hear him in this conversation. He lost to Leon Edwards twice. Leon Mumblemouth Edwards beat him twice. First one was a KO. Yes, he was losing the first 4 rounds. Second fight, he just beat him. People don't talk about that. Second fight, Leon Edwards just beat Kamaru Usman in a decision. So I do not want to ever hear Kamaru Usman in the welterweight GOAT debate. Yes, he's the second best all time, but he's nowhere close to George St. Pierre. Not even close. You can't lose to Leon Edwards twice. Especially what we've seen after his title reign ended, when he got KO'd by Prates. I'm not going to abbreviate his name. Who else? He got subbed by Brady. Kamaru Usman, it's not a debate. He's nowhere near George St. Pierre at welterweight. Moving on to middleweight, though, it was a bit of a toss-up between Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya. I was leaning towards Israel Adesanya, but I feel like Anderson Silva does not get the respect he deserves a lot of the time in GOAT lists, because he's never in the top 10s because his wins weren't great. But I'll give him the respect he deserves. I'll give him the middleweight GOAT. He does have 10 title defenses at middleweight. He held the belt for 2,457 days. I know the argument will always be the quality of wins, but I think 10 title defenses over Israel's 5. Izzy wasn't going out there and dominating guys. They weren't the most exciting fights. Silva was just absolutely destroying these cans. But he does have 2 wins over Chael Sonnen, nobody does that to Chael Sonnen. Chael's undefeated, and Anderson somehow beat the undefeated guy. I don't know how that works. Don't ask me how that works, guys. I don't know how it works, but nobody does that to Chael Sonnen. And Anderson Silva was able to beat him twice. He has some okay wins there. Obviously, the quality is not great, but 10 title defenses, I think that probably warrants you being the GOAT of your division. Next up at light heavyweight, no surprises here. John Jones, don't know why he's so far away from the camera, kind of zoomed out, but John Jones is the lightweight GOAT. He has 14 title wins, dominated all the light heavyweights when he started his career, the guys from the Pioneer era. Then in his kind of era with DC, Rumble Johnson, beat all those guys, Gustafsson. And then when he started facing the new era of guys, he did struggle a little bit more against the bigger guys like Dominic Reyes. Obviously a very controversial win over Dominic Reyes. He did not win that fight, but you got to give it credit that he did, because that's the sport it is. Robberies happen. But you have to give him the light heavyweight GOAT, and I just can't see anyone ever catching him, because you'd have to become champ at 23 years old like he did, never lose a fight, just win so many in a row. It's just, no one's catching him. There's just too many title defenses, and he has some good wins. He has a win over DC, obviously one's a no contest, wins over Gustafsson, beat guys like Rampage Jackson. So John Jones is the light heavyweight GOAT. And I can't see that changing. Lastly, going to heavyweight, we have Stipe Miocic. 6 title wins over Overeem, Ngannou, and DC. That's a pretty good heavyweight run, because heavyweight, it's very hard to get title defenses. People just get KO'd left, right, and centre. It's hard to build a title reign. So Stipe, he has some very good wins. Has a title reign that had 3 title defenses in a row, which is the most all time. And look, I thought Aspinall was going to overtake him, but at this point, I do not know. I feel like Aspinall's not going to fight long enough to even get 6 title wins or the 3 title defenses in a row. He could lose his next fight to Gane. He could lose to Pereira if he goes up. So, I thought Aspinall was going to clearly be the heavyweight GOAT at the end of his career, but at this point, I don't think he will be. I think he's going to lose at some point, or he's not going to fight long enough. He's going to go to boxing. And Stipe's going to be the heavyweight GOAT for a while. I think Alex Pereira could overtake him, actually. Because Alex Pereira, he's got the lighter man skill, being a middleweight, going up to heavyweight. He'll just knock out those guys for fun. And it's definitely not John Jones either. Don't want to hear any of that. Stipe's losses. Yes, he lost to Ngannou, but he beat him. Yes, he lost to DC, but he beat him twice. The Jones loss does not count. I don't care what you say. He was 43 years old or something. So, Stipe, I think he's a pretty clear heavyweight GOAT. And again, I don't know if anyone's going to catch him. It's very hard at the heavyweight. They're not very good. Aspinall, I just don't see him catching him anymore. Unless his luck turns around, he can get his career going. So I think Stipe could be the heavyweight GOAT for the foreseeable future. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you think I got the GOATs right. Do you think they are the right GOATs for each division? If I didn't, let me know who should be the GOAT of a division I got wrong. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.